Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and we are still answering publicly posted questions from avo.com. This question comes from Georgetown, Texas, and it was posted on May 31st of 2022. So let's get them an answer. It's been 6 or 7 days. Uh, I will read the question into the record here, and then we'll do an answer. How would I sue my boss for sexually harassing me? It was all right up until the point where he told me he liked me. Then he grabbed my boob, and then he grabbed my butt. And then he asked me to kiss him, and then he asked me to sleep with him. I thought that was very inappropriate, and now it's very awkward to be at work. Well, I agree with you. I agree with you that is extraordinarily inappropriate, and I think that it is very clearly sexual harassment. And I believe there's a very good chance that you have claims under both federal and state law. So, what I'll first say is, although the way he said it is kind of rude, the attorney down below who said, "You start by hiring an attorney." Dot 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 dot. Listen, that was kind of a jerk way to say it, but it's actually good advice. It would be a good idea to hire an attorney for a case like this. People don't sometimes. Sometimes they file on their own with the EEOC, or maybe there's a state agency in Texas that you could speak to. But generally speaking, and especially touching on my experiences with litigation in Texas, I would say you very much are going to want an attorney to represent you in a case like this. I think it removes a lot of risk, takes a lot of work off your plate, makes your life easier, and it can mean that you're going to recover more. And the attorneys who specialize in this, who really do this kind of work. Generally, the benefit of having that kind of attorney fighting for you is that you have less risk in your case, and you might win more money if you win your case or if you settle your case. Now, how to go about that? Well, first and foremost, if you look up the top of avo.com here, you see a Find a Lawyer tab. You can look in your location by zip code and find local employment attorneys near you. Then, what you want to do is you want to look at their practice areas, and you want to make sure, hopefully you can find attorneys who handle primarily just employment law, right? You can go with attorneys who handle employment law and other things. Generally, I advise against that. I don't think it's a great idea. I think employment law is sufficiently complex that it would be difficult to competently do multiple areas of law, including employment law. Next, look at their their client reviews, right? And listen, every attorney is going to have a couple of bad reviews, right? You can win somebody millions of dollars, and they're going to go write a review like, blah blah blah. He won me $1,000,000, and he should have won me $30 million. Okay, lady, you made 20 grand a year. Nobody's winning you 30 million, right? Like, it's just not, like, that's not how this industry works. That's crazy, right? Like, the jury gives you what the jury gives you, or the settlement that you, the client, choose to accept is it's the settlement that you accept, right? So it's like, there's always going to be some bad reviews. But what you want to watch out for, I think, is stuff about missing deadlines or not communicating well with clients, right? Not returning calls, not explaining things, not having discussions. Or three, and attorneys do this. I've heard attorneys do this, where they tell their clients, "Oh, you better settle for the number I want you to settle for, or I'm going to drop your case." That's not even legal. That's not ethical. That's not legal. That's not okay. So watch out for stuff like that in the reviews. My attorney missed a deadline. My attorney didn't return my phone calls. My attorney tried to push me into a settlement. Those are big problems, and I would avoid those attorneys. Like, those are major red flags. So be careful. Look into look. You can also on Avo, I think, look into the ethical history of an attorney. So you want primarily practicing employment law, good reviews, no red flags, and a solid ethical history, right? And those are the attorneys that you should be speaking with. You should schedule free consultations. I would recommend you not pay for your consultations. It's always a little sketchy to me. I think that's a really good step on how to find an attorney to handle this case for you. Now, in some parts of the country, there are not good employment attorney options. If you live in such a part of the country and you have trouble finding counsel, you can contact national firms such as ours, but you're going to be a lot better off if you can find local counsel. Just if nothing else, it's going to be cheaper, right? Because they're not flying people around the country to help people, right? And that Costs a lot of money. The hotels and flights get expensive. So pay attention to that. Lastly, I will track the comments on this video to get you answers, right? I'm not going to track the abo.com comments. I can't track the comments everywhere in the world, but I will track the comments in this video. If you have follow-up questions, I will get you answers. And just sorry you have to deal with this. I mean, that's got to be a nightmare to go to work every day with this guy who tried to sleep with you. And basically, he sexually assaulted you, in my opinion, right? He's grabbing you against your will. I can't imagine what that feels like. I'm just sorry. And I hope you get paid for what you experienced. I hope you get made whole and you're able to fight back. Good luck to you. If this video was helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. It does help me to help people just like you.